Hello, welcome all. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to all of you. I welcome all of you on this platform. That is the platform for development, for the success, and for the guiding, for the direction to make the future in every corner of the world. You know that we have an eminent expert with us and an eminent personality who is working all always for the betterment of the world, for the prosperity, for the happiness of the society. And today we have Dr. Srividhya Sukumar from UAE, Saudi Arabia, Dubai. She is working nicely and effectively for the G20, for the we can say world peace and sustainable development goals UN. As you know that today if we see that for every career, for making a career with shape and we can say quality, we should have the right direction, right people, and similarly should have the right mentor. So the goals, the vision is very important. As you know, we are working since last 25 years and 25 lakhs, about 25 lakhs of people have been benefited by us. And we have lots of experts. We have about 8,000 of industries associated with us, as above 1,000 of associations associated in all over the world. And similarly, there are, we can say, thousands of experts working in a various fields. As we are working in non-technical and technical in all fields, and wherever the opportunity comes, we jump there and uh, get the diamonds from them. Similarly, today we have one diamond, Dr. Srividhya Sukumar, who is nicely working for the goals and for the leadership, for the motivation, and whatever we can say for the betterment of the world. We have the International Research and Development Beauty Organization USA India, working for the research and development, for career, or your startup, for innovations, for patent, and whatever you can do. The research is not only our one part, but we are working for the betterment of the world, for the betterment of your future, for individual future with every corner. So we have the research innovation startup university. These last, we can say 2 years, we are working offline and online mode. And now for success, for a guaranteed success in your career, for a guaranteed success in your social life, for guaranteed success in whatever you have the vision and mission we are working. And those who are continuously with us, those who are joining our sessions and working with us, they know how we are working and how we are getting the success. We are giving the awards from the different peoples and we are from the various reputed persons who has touches the heights in the world, and they have joined our platform, our online and offline mode programs, and they are giving our best wishes, the blessings from their hands. So that's the word that we come and join us with the collaboration, with join with one hands, and your one hands and our one hands will become the 11 hands. So these hands will be useful for you. Come and whatever you have, we are not propose any money, we are not propose anything or any asset. Whatever you have, come and join us. Dr. Srividhya Sukumar, Dr. Pudam Kodhi, and similarly all the experts who are here, they are working with us for the betterment of the world. Whatever they have, they are giving to the society, and and according to them, they are gaining such heights, whatever they want. So it is your, we can say, vision and mission and your zeal to work with us. So today we have the topic that is go for the goals. So how we have to go for the goals, that we will listen from the Dr. Srividhya Sukumar. We have Happiness Club Indore International. We have SDG Club India International. So these all are working for the different sections, different sectors in a wide manner. So come and join with the hands of our success, your success, and guarantee success. Thank you very much. I welcome Dr. Srividhya Sukumar to please continue the session.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vijayakumar Salviji. It was so nice of you and so elaborately that you have told us about the functioning of STG India International Club and R&D University. So on that note, I would like to take it forward with an introduction for in the International R&D Group, that is www.rnd creativity.com. That's the website that we have that facilitates and promotes all technical and non-technical research and developments. It gives all people of the world and the universe a platform to expose and show their our research and development talents and creativities on cultural background and the education background. The education growth and the surveys in the research facilitate the dissemination of the policy issues across the country and internationally to benefit the mass of the people. The International R&D Group is a platform for senior management, management practitioners, academicians, technical professionals, and all technocrats from all fields to serve the society for a new needy students, research scholars, and all people across the globe in the global society. The International R&D Group is associated with 292 international journals of different streams in India, and across the world, 1,000 of the international journals are associated with us. The journal Research and Development Creativity, ISS number 2231 to 4830, Global Innovations in Inventions Creativity, ISSN 2249 to 8281, and the World Research Talent Quality, ISSN 22781056. These will help the researchers and scientists, PhD scholars, and all innovative persons from every social field to contribute to the society. That's how the International R&D Group is promoting socio-science, engineering, technology, and management research by organizing international and national creative talent conferences, workshops, model exhibitions, guest lectures, intellectual meets, employment skills, research and foundation, and in the field of education, etc. So how do we work? R&D Creativity University facilitates and promotes all research and developments in all technical and non-technical fields. It gives all people of the world and the universe a platform to expose, showcase their talents of R&D and creativity, and in either in the field of cultural or educational. The educational growth and the surveys, research, facilitate the dissemination of the policy issues across the country to benefit these people. So always you can just walk into our website www.rndcreativity.com, where we have everything which is being listed over there. It has been furnished with all kinds of details, and as we know, our patron, Dr. Vijayakumar Salviji, who is a pillar of support, who has been extending all kinds of support to everyone in the world across the globe to do this and to excel in the fields. Thank you so much. On that note, good evening and welcome you all to yet another session of R&D Creativity training sessions. Today we are going to talk about Go for Goals. That is, finding the right people, adopt the right strategy, and moving into the right direction towards success. So, going without wasting much time as we go into the session, what is this goal? Why is a goal called a goal? Before 1863, the game's object in traditional English football was typically to convey a ball into a specified area or touch. The opposing team defended a specific object, the area or object, often called a goal. So let's have a look at this video, which I'm trying to play here.
I could
goal is often stuck, is always stuck after a quite bit of hard work. So when we try to achieve our goals, what all things that comes as our problems is that we dream about it, and there are pessimists who talk against it. There are rejections, there are friends, and there is an ego from our side. There are haters in the society, there are relatives in the society, there is a fear in the society, there is a guilt in the society, there is a doubt within ourselves, and of course, there's a wall. All these are our obstacles normally, which we come across when we try to achieve our goals. So, how to overcome all these obstacles is that to achieve a goal, we need right people, right place, right time, right strategy, right attitude, and right effort. With all these things, we'll be able to achieve our goal. Otherwise, I'm sure many times we come across situations like this. Can we reflect on this present situation that we see in the video? As you can see, she's trying to take her kids with her. Just because of one kid which went out of the way, she lost all of them. What could be the reason behind this? And have you ever faced such a kind of a situation where you are lacking direction or not achieving anything that you are planning to do so? If so, you will benefit from setting goals. The goal is a clearly defined objective you want to achieve within a specific period. So, when it comes to the goal setting guidelines, what are things that we should keep in mind?
When it comes to chasing our dreams, the only way I know to track our progress is to create milestones. Milestones show us what we are accomplishing and allow us to see how we accomplish even more. If you have stopped to read any of the statistics or articles on goal setting before, you will have read two things. One, people without goals are not as successful as they hope to be. Two, people who don't write down goals are less likely to accomplish them. What I have found over the last 10 years of dream chasing is how important goals are in the grand picture of seeing your dreams come true. Goals give us momentum to push through adversity we experience while chasing our dreams. When it comes to chasing our dreams, the only way I know to track our progress is to create milestones. Milestones show us what we are accomplishing and allow us to see how we accomplish even more. If you have stopped to read any of the statistics or articles on goal setting before, you will have read two things. One, people without goals are not as successful as they hope to be. Two, people who don't write down goals are less likely to accomplish them.
So, when it comes to that, goals are powerful motivators for shaping one's life and improving self-confidence because you can use them to measure your own achievements. Step one is that to start setting goals, brainstorm what you would like to achieve in different areas of our life, such as your career, your education, your family, and your personal finances. Step two is that set up large-scale goals first. These are the goals that you hope to achieve over the next 10 to 15 years. Then break down these goals into smaller goals, which we move towards your lifetime goals when you try to achieve them. Step three is write your goals down too. They will be no good to you in your head where you are likely to forget about them, and don't crimp on the details. If you set precise goals and include dates and times and amounts in it, you will be able to measure your achievement and get a sense of satisfaction from it. It is very useful to keep your day-to-day goals with small results and realistic. Otherwise, you won't feel that you are making progress. Step 4 is that once you achieve that major goal, and give yourself a pat on your back and then review for your existing goal plan and adapt to it, and you will see that did you achieve the goal easily, or you have to make the goals harder. Or if the goal took too long to achieve, make your next goal a little easier. Keep tweaking about your plan as you work on the goals, as you move towards your vision on your future goals. So that's how Go for Goals work. Now, how to set goals that you actually achieve. Using smart mnemonic is an effective way and very popular way to make our goals powerful, where S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for attainable, R is for relevant, and T is for time bound. So setting smarter goals means be very specific. Be clear and specific so your goals are easier to achieve. That this also helps you to know how and where to get started. Set measurable goals, and measurable goals can be tracked, allowing you to see your progress. They also tell you when a goal is complete. Actionable. Are you able to take action to achieve the goal? The actionable goals ensure that steps to get there are within your limits. Realistic. Avoid overwhelm and unnecessary stress and frustration by making the goal realistic. Keep always time-bound goals such that a date helps us to stay focused and motivated, that inspire us and providing something to work forward. When we set these goals, say that we have set your goals, what could be the other hindrance? Say, for example, when a manager or a head of a business exhibits a lack of ethical behavior, what he faces is that losing his respect of his employees. It is difficult to have successful business without a well-respected leaders. A lack of ethical behavior can also cause tension among employees, with some employees resenting those who do not play by these rules and still manage to get ahead. Unethical behavior in the workplace also has the potential to lead to a lack of trust among the employees, which is detrimental to make the business that lies on collaboration and a sense of community. So when you set your goals, gain a clear and objective view of your talents, of your own talents. Review yourself with your goals. Understand how others experience your leadership, your strength, and your struggles and your shortcomings. Identify the gaps between where you are now and where the leader that you aspire to be. Understand how to create a leadership legacy. So, keeping a right person or looking for a right person will help your goal to move forward. Moving forward in pursuit of your goals, when a leadership fails, the consequences can be disastrous. Unsuccessful leadership can always lead to several mishaps. Adolf Hitler had a string of successes. The seizing of Australia, Czechoslovakia, the defeat of France, and the partition of the center of the Europe with Soviet Union, which convinced him that he was infallible. Against his general's advice, he followed Napoleon into Russia. When German troops encountered resistance, Hitler refused to let them retreat. It was the beginning of the end. So, we need to have the right people moving in the right direction. And if at all we choose a person, there will be some reason behind. Why do we need to choose right people? Let's have a look at it. A ship owner was struggling with his engine failure of one of his giant ships. He tried one expert after another, but no one succeeded. So he then decided to bring an old man who had been fixing ships ever since he was a kid. The old man came fully prepared and immediately went on to work. That's because of his experience. After looking at the things over, the old man pulled out a small hammer out of his bag. He gently tapped something. Instantly, the engine became back to life. A week later, the owners received a bill from the old man for $10,000. But the owners explained he hardly did anything. So they wrote the old man a note saying, "Please send us an itemized bill." The man sent the bill that read, "Tapping with a hammer, $2 and effort." And faster, Tapping with the hammer too and knowing where to tap costs $9,998. So effort is important, but knowing where to make an effort in your life always makes a difference. So that's how we should have always the right people with us, so that's how the right person will help us in pursuing the dream, in achieving our goal. So a great leader can inspire action through proper guidance and mentorship to use their knowledge to educate others. The right person will be able to guide and lead, creating an inspiring vision of the future, motivating and inspiring people to engage in that vision, manage the delivery of the vision, and coaches and builds a team so that it is more effective at achieving that vision. That is what is going to be the key performance indicators, or otherwise the KPIs of the leader, who keeps the people interested, who keep the people informed, who keep the people involved, who keep the people inspired. So with the right strategy, true leaders always practice the 3 R's as such: respect for self, respect for others, and the responsibility for all their actions. So right people with the right strategy in the right direction will make us achieve our goal. Now, who is a leader? A leader is the person who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. A leader will think strategically, simplify the strategy so everyone in the organization can understand it, and simply, enthusiastically, and carry it. A great leader will inspire action through proper guidance and make mentorship and use the knowledge to educate others. A great leader also practices what they preach by going the way. A great leader works towards getting desired outcomes for the team and must have a positive attitude and a logical mind. They should primarily focus on coming up with a solution to problems rather than the problems which are faced by them. The goal of an effective leader is to recondition your team to be a solution-focused and not the problem-focused. So we don't inspire your teammates by showing them how amazing you are, but you inspire them by showing them how amazing they are. That's how the leader should be. Otherwise, who are the bosses whom we remember? Those who provided a safe place for us to grow, who opened career doors for us, who defended us when we needed it, who recognized us and rewarded us, who developed us as leaders, who inspired us to stretch higher, who led us by example, who told us what to get and how to get the work done, and who forgave all the mistakes that we made. Don't we agree with us? Yes. What people think is that telling people leadership is telling what to do. And what leadership really it is it involves integrity, casting a vision, use of influence, use of power. Praise your team always, listen first and speak last with all empathy. So what are the 10 qualities, top 8 qualities of an effective leader is that communication, confidence, positivity, fairness, honesty, commitment, inspiring, and humility. All these 8 are the major qualities of an effective leader. So a good leader should have the integrity, self-awareness, courage, respect, empathy, and gratitude. They should learn agility and flex their influence while communicating and delegating effectively. And we should always see that how our leadership qualities can be learned and improved at all levels of our organization. So leaders normally who deliver, well, they share the maximum information they can. They use the power mindfully and vigilantly. They create conditions to motivate to flourish. They are obsessed with performance and results, and they stamp on poor behavior, whatever the result. They review wins and losses with equal passion and discipline, and they adjust the goals in the right direction, ensuring that they are motivating. They talk endlessly about their responsibility. They are mindful when they are using their power, and they understand the politics as well. Leaders, on the other hand, leaders who destroy, say, they share the maximum information they get away with. They use the power thoughtlessly. They use pressure and fear and hierarchy to motivate. They are myopically focused on results, and they tolerate poor behavior if the result is okay. They move on from wins and interrogate failures. Once set, they will move the goals to make them harder. They talk endlessly about accountability. They are frightened of losing the power, and they are always political. So again, differences between a boss and a leader. A boss always say I, and a boss always take credit of exactly what the success is. And the boss always micromanages the team, looking into whatever they are doing, criticizing all the time what they are doing, focusing on the weakness of the people, blaming others for all the follies, direct them of each and every step to be done, speaks more, inspires fear, and we always speak in the commanding tone. Whereas the leader always say we, gives credit to the people of exactly what they have done. He never micromanages, but he delegates work so that he takes care of the macro management, and they don't criticize, but rather they would encourage. Instead of focusing on the weaknesses, they focus on the strengths. Instead of blaming others, they take the responsibility of the action. They don't direct, they coach the people. They don't speak more, they listen more. They don't inspire fear, they inspire enthusiasm, and they don't comment, they ask. Surround yourself with people who talk about their vision and ideas, but not the people. Being a leader doesn't require a title. Having a title doesn't make you one. Always remember that leadership is a privilege. When you are in a leadership role, your influence may affect the trajectories of the people of the entire careers, and they often their lives. Treat employees like they make a difference, and they will. So, if the leader is authoritative, leaders mobilize people towards a vision. Affiliative leaders create emotional bonds and harmony. If you're a democratic leader, you'll be able to build a consensus through participation. If you're a pace-setting leader, you expect excellence and self-direction. So outstanding leaders go out of the way to boost self-esteem of their personnel. If people believe in themselves, it is amazing what they can accomplish with. So if you're a leader, the 9 open-minded people of yourself you need in your life is that you are a listener, you are an encourager, you are an inspirer, you are an optimist, and of course you are a challenger. You are a practical motivator, you are an empathizer, and you are brutally honest, and you are an accountability partner. That's how a leader, that's what the leader that we need. The leader has got nothing to do with having power over someone. It is about using your influence to inspire and empower your team to achieve the impossible. A leader should have the grit and the tenacity and be able to endure what the employees can't. So a leader's focus need 3 of this focus kind. The inner focus, the other focus, the outer focus. When you have the inner focus, you will have the ability to monitor your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions with the concept of self-realization, with the basis of intuition and decision making. If you have the other focus, you will have the ability to empathize with others, basis for all relationships and teamwork. If you have an outer focus, you will have the ability to understand the larger focus or the system, and which is the basic for strategic thinking. And how to improve this? To improve inner focus, practice mindfulness. To improve others' focus, ask for a feedback. To improve outer focus, seek guidance from someone whose abilities you admire. That's how you become a leader. The right person to take forward your goal in the right direction. Of course, as being a leader, we always make mistakes. But how to fix them? You can care about more people than you care more about your title rather than the people. So embrace PTS method, preparing to serve method rather than worrying about your title always. You take credit and shift blame. You give credit and take the blame. You execute without input, but you invite the team members and in the process of decision making. If you are a wrong leader, you assume that you are an effective communicator. Remove the word don't from your communication always. Don't you think that you can do it all alone, but being a leader is not just a hero. So to sum up, what is leadership? A leadership is not a management. A leadership deals with huge things that we want to accomplish. In the words of Peter Drucker and Warren G. Bennis, management is doing the things right, but leadership is doing the right things. Management is efficient in climbing the ladder of success, but leadership determines whether the ladder is leaning against the right wall. So the leadership is the art of motivating and guiding a group of people towards the accomplishment of a specified goal. A leader inspires and guides individuals, the team, or the entire organization. He or she gives direction to the followers. Leadership is a process in which the leader is shaping and molding the behavior of the group to attain the objectives. Jim Rohn said, a good objective of a leadership is to help those who are doing it poorly to do well, and to help those who are doing it well to do more, even better. An effective leader provides clarity of objectives to realize his mission. A leader must be an able organizer. So the leadership qualities include the ability to make decisions, to make achievable goals, to create a vision, and give inspiration and knowledge to the followers. An effective leader possesses certain qualities like self-confidence, good communication, skills, creative thinking, willingness to take risks, innovative ideas, maturity, and personality. A leader should have some skills like empathy, creativity, integrity, active listening, problem solving, decision making, accountability, positivity, honesty, time management, teamwork, strategic thinking, team building, collaboration, etc., etc., etc. It just goes on, and the list goes endless to be. And high-performing teams, what are they? Decision making is again an important quality of the effective leadership. The decisions of the leader will affect the lives of many people. So, a leader should be free from all kinds of fear. That's how you will be able to manage the high-performing teams. A leader should avoid criticism and complaints. He must always be self-motivated. And he must avoid self-motives. Leadership should help in achieving organization goals and maximizing the efficiency of the followers. The leader initiates the work, and the leadership is an influential process. It is a soft skill that we should develop. Good leadership is essential to all fields. So everybody tries to become a good leader, and that's how it functions. So when you talk about education management, so when you're planning, in your planning domain, you have decision making, you will be handling with preparing for change, formulating future course of action, ascertaining objectives, deciding activities, and formulating goals. In the domain of implementing, you will be communicating with your staff, you will be directing them, you will be accommodating the changes, you will be coordinating with them, and you will be motivating, and you will be staffing them. And in the domain of controlling things, you'll be monitoring the activities, you'll be determining what is achieved, you'll be evaluating the performances, you will be implementing corrective measures, you will be measuring performances, and you will be taking corrective actions as well. So What could be the qualities of a successful education leader is that you will be sensitive to the feelings of others, you will be responsible, you will be friendly, you will respect for the dignity and the right of others, you will respect for the values and principles which are easily approachable to everyone. You will be also an easily approachable person to everyone, reliable and generous. You will be impartial and you will be liberal. You will be able to liberate them from all their fears and doubts. And you will be very self-confident with positive attitude. You will have the ability to take quick decisions. You will have the ability to work smarter and you will complete the work cost effectively. Your creativity and problem solving methods will be adorable and you will have a good sense of emotional intelligence and integrity. You will collaborate and motivate people with great dedication and honesty. You will be able to communicate much better with the strength of innovation, with a vision and plan. You will be a lifelong learner. You will be passionate. You will be sincere. You will be you will be ready to take any risk anytime with the time management skills. With all these things, effective leadership is putting things first. Effective management is discipline and carrying it out. So with the next level of your life, you will find a different you. So that's what Stephen Covey says. So there is a difference between giving directions and giving direction, such that people will follow you blindfoldedly as you lead them. So leadership is not a magnetic personality that can just as well as be a glib tongue. It is not making friends and influencing people that's flattering. Leadership is lifting a person's vision to high heights and the raising of a person's performance to a high standard. The building of a personality beyond its normal limitations. To sum up, we can take with the help of Maslow's hierarchy, the self-actualization, desire to become the one that you can be. Develop self-esteem, respect self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. Develop love and belonging for friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. Always be in the safety needs in terms of personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. So with this physiological needs of air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction, educators also need this. So management is about persuading people things they don't want to do, while leadership is about inspiring people to do the things they could never do. So we don't need a title to lead. We just need to care. People would rather follow a leader with a heart rather than a leader with a title. If you are a true leader, when you help your team, you become successful. Remember, leadership is not about you. It's all about people you serve. So, to sum up, the 13 inspiring traits of exceptional leaders are that they trust you to do the job you have been hired to do. They seek your advice and input. They find opportunities to let you shine. The staff shine, I mean. They recognize your contribution, the staff contribution, the team contribution. They have their back during the tough times. They will be always there to support you. They are master storytellers and they listen. They listen carefully when others speak. They listen to others' hearts. They challenge you to do bigger and better things. As leaders, as exceptional leaders, they express appreciation. They are responsive. They know when to apologize. They give credit where credit is due. And they treat others with dignity and respect. And they care. So leadership is less about seeking applause and rewards, more than about doing the best work you have ever done and having an impact you never imagined. So being a good at your job often attracts more work. It is a walk of life, and it is called as performance punishment, and it is also dangerous for the game for the leaders. Overworking your high performers to avoid growing under underperformers is a first track to disaster. It breeds resentment. Good people will leave and poor performers will not learn. Be careful of your behaviors and the standards we reward. So, the 11 pillars of servant relationship is that, leadership is that. First one, calling. You are compelled to lead others as a believer and you are about to call in for the recognition. Second is listening to them with empathy, with healing, and create an awareness with a persuasion, with a foresight, and conceptualize stewardship for the growth and community. So these are the pillars of the servant relationship, the leadership. Rather than anything, last but not the least, humility in leadership makes the leader the best leaders in the world. Humility cultivates open and honest communication. Humble leaders understand how their actions affect others. Humble leaders continuously improve their abilities. Humble leaders make success a team effort. Humble leaders avoid arrogance and entitlement at all cost. So, if others say it is quite impossible to become a leader like this, I say, watch me. So that's how we all should become inspired to become the best leader with the 5 Ds to success. As we all know that we will be successful if we have these 5 Ds. If we have a dream, if we have a direction, if we have a desire, if we have a discipline, and if we have the determination to do so, definitely we'll be the leaders. The right person who is having the right strategy, who is in the right direction, will be able to achieve the goal. So be busy about focusing on your dream. Be busy about working hard for your dream. Be busy about improving yourself for the dream. Be busy about chasing your dream, not the people. Focus on yourself. One day the world will focus on you. With the 5P rule, push yourself when everyone doubts you. Pick yourself when you fall down. Promise yourself you will never give up. Prove yourself right and provide and be proud of whatever you are. Walk alone. Don't be scared of walking alone. The hardest walk is the walk that you make alone. But it is the walk that makes you stronger. It is the walk that makes you confident. It is the walk that makes you independent. It is the walk that makes you fearless. Because, as we all know, the sun is alone. Eagles fly alone. Lions are always alone. But they are very powerful. So give yourself a time. Building a 6-pack abs takes time. Growing a YouTube channel takes time. Building a business takes time. Learning a skill takes time. So success is always a slow process, but quitting will not speed it up. Give yourself the time to achieve it. Don't forget, always don't forget, you can always start at the age of 30, fail at 35. Start again at 36, get better. Be different than everyone else. Go after wrong businesses. Find your lane. Find your right business. Start again at 40 and still succeed as long as you don't quit. You are proficient in your technical duties. New teams, new situations, new ways of doing business. Team success will require much more technical ability. This provides the skill for a success. So with the with the difference between the fixed mindset and the growth mindset, develop growth mindset against fixed mindset. People with growth mindset will always believe that you have the capacity to learn and grow your skills. Failure is a valuable lesson. People who are good at something are good at because they built that ability. You are in control of your abilities. So with the effort, those are the beliefs that the people with the growth mindset will develop. The leader with the growth mindset will develop. And what kind of effort that you will put? The important part of the process is that focused on the process of getting better and better. That should be the spirit of the effort. Face the challenges, embrace them, more likely to embrace the challenges with perseverance, and improve. Improve by learning your mistakes as always a learning stepping stones for success. See mistakes as a learning opportunities and the ways to improve. And always work on the constructive feedback and appreciate feedback and use it and learn from criticism. This is how a leader will develop a growth mindset against a fixed mindset. So if you are a good leader, you should have developed integrity, we should have clear goals, we should be a good example, we should have a vision, we should have clear communication skills, we should expect the best, we should be supportive, we should encourage, we should recognize others, we should stimulate work, and we should focus on the team interest and their needs, we should inspire them. That's how we become a good leader with a call for success. Work on until no longer you have to introduce yourself. That is, people will learn to appreciate you, recognize you as a good leader. And so that we will be able to bring the 7 ways to empower change. Do the work, lead by example, with model expectation. Justify the process, share research and proven practices. Focus on what, don't just direct them, guide them with all these processes. Do the work. When you do the work, lead the team by example with model expectations. Justify the process, share research and proven practices as examples. Focus on if, proactively confront resistance. Connect to the outcomes, articulate intended results. Be patient, know what the change is the process. Involve them, show the impact on the learners. Learn together, share the journey together. The bottom line of leadership isn't how far we advance ourselves, but how far we advance others. So, if you look at this picture, this is a teamwork. We all have to go and work as a team such that every member in the team has a time to prove themselves and also will be able to support when the support is required, and they will also be able to take our support when the time comes. So the different levels of leadership, the 5 different levels of leadership is that people follow what they have to. That's the level 1 position. Level 2 is that permission. People follow because they want to. Level 3 is that production. People follow because what you have done for the organization. People 4 is that people development. People follow because what you have done for them personally. Level 5 is the pinnacle that people follow because you are who you are is what you represent. So these are the 5 different levels of leadership. So you place yourself at which leadership position you are and always be very aspiring to reach level 5. That's how scaling up the leadership mountain with the entry level goals, with the middle level goals and the senior staff roles, with the management goals and the executive level goals, such that we will be able to take our goals faster, farther. Focus on the goals rather than focusing on the directions. So when we do this, don't forget to master the state of art. That I mean, what we need to do is that we need to review exactly every now and then whether we are on the right track.
Once, there was a newly joined woodcutter. He started giving his best in work, and cut 18 trees in the first month, and the king was really impressed by his dedication towards his work. The next month he put in the same effort, but could cut only 15 trees. And the third month, he still tried his best, but could cut only 12 trees. The king visited him the third month, and talked about his decrease in productivity. He explained that he might have lost his strength, or got too old to do the work. The king asked him, "When was the last time you sharpened your axe?" To the surprise, he has not even done it once in the last 3 months. That was the only reason why he couldn't cut more trees. It is good that you put in a lot of effort and hard work to work towards your goals. But you should balance your life priorities and invest time with your family, and save some time to relax, which would boost up your productivity.
So we need to work on our review and the team's review. For that, what is more important is that connectivity. Connect with your team with open-mindedness, with the mindfulness such that they're able to trust you with the warmth and competence. The way you influence them will bring in the warmth, and the way you facilitate them will be able to develop the trust, communication, and the absorption of ideas. So build a foundation of trust first between the people, between your team and the people that whom you work with. So before people decide what they think of your message, they decide what they think of you. So once you establish warmth and strength, it becomes a welcome reassurance for them to work with you. So connect first as your leadership becomes a gift and not a threat. So this is the main thing of right pathing your leadership. So when you connect with them as a work group, as a team are full or a form of work group. Not all work groups are teams. Work groups have a strong individual focus and the teams have a strong collective focus. Thus, a defined leadership as an art of mobilizing others. They want to struggle for a shared aspiration and mobilizing others to want to do. People in position of authority can get other people to do something because of the power they wield. But as leaders, we mobilize others to want to act because of the credibility they have for us. So making use of the resources is the biggest skill of a leader. It doesn't matter how many resources that you have, but if you don't know how to use them well, you will never be enough. So very importantly, we need to work with our resource, that is our team, our staff, with what we have. So when you work as teams and groups and teams, work groups are always concerned with individual accountability. They come together to share information and perspectives. They focus on individual goals and they produce individual work products. But whereas when you work as a team, they are concerned with individual and mutual accountability. Frequently, they come together for discussion, decision making, problem solving, and planning. They focus on team goals and produce collective and work products. So when you work in groups versus teams, work groups define individual roles, responsibilities, and tasks concerned with each individual's outcome and challenges, are shaped by the manager who guides the purpose and goals and approach. Whereas when you're working as a team, you define individual responsibilities and roles and tasks to help them to do it and often share and rotate them. You are concerned with the outcomes of everyone with challenges facing team and are shaped by the team leader and the team members who help to guide and purpose the goals with the purpose of the goal and the approach. So group development stage theory, as mentioned by Lacoste in 1980, the team goes various stages as they work together. The participants are usually unaware of these stages. Different leadership styles are needed at different stages. It should be orientation, dissatisfaction, resolution, protection, termination. And these are the different stages. What happens in each stage is that in the stage of orientation, behavior and characters of the people, purpose and goals are unclear, uncertain, tentative but eager, the communication is very low, and few members dominate. This is what the orientation stage is all about. When it comes to the leadership may be required, build a common purpose. You should have as a leader, we should have a clarity of roles and responsibilities, provide them direction and provide opportunities to socialize. So this should happen in the first domain of orientation. When it comes to the second domain of dissatisfaction, what could you see or observe in the behavior and characteristics of the team is that resistance, conflict and competition, search for communication methods, and we struggle over approach and direction. As a leader, we will be able to define the areas of agreement, encourage participation, flesh out hidden agendas, and develop the team notes and processes and meetings and work together. When it comes to the third resolution stage, what are the characteristics that we can find in our team is that most conflicts are resolved, confident and with a sense of momentum, members relate interdependently, lower anxiety, members support others. So as a leader, we are required to celebrate success, review goals and progress, act as a facilitator and enabler, focus on improving processes. So the second last stage is that the production stage, where what are the attributes and behaviors and characteristics that we find is that trust is just a norm, high morale, high output, self-facilitating, and work proactively for the good of the team. So leadership, share leadership, seek performance improvements, test for consensus, and access results with continuous feedback. So last but not the least stage is that the termination, where a completion of roles that we can find, reduction of interdependency, sadness, and mourning or sense of accomplishment. So what's the productivity drop? Focus on closing tasks and documentation, and this is recording lessons learned for future products and provide opportunity for acknowledgement. So with all these things, the characteristics of a team is being created that together everyone achieves more. Have a clear mission and purpose, have well-defined goals, leverage diversity of skills and perspectives, establish roles and responsibilities and the group norms, obtain balanced participation. So, maintain open and collaborative communication, foster trusting and cooperative relationship, utilize effective decision-making process, use functional and conflict resolution process, exercise shared and participative leadership. So the team's internal compass is that define why is the team formed, describe what problem is to be addressed, perhaps a charter given by the management. So when you have defined goals, begin with a vision of an end state, provides priority, set direction for action and decisions, make goals measurable, define benchmarks and schedule. Do this early in the life of a team. Thereby leverage diversity, that is technical capacity, capability, subject matter expertise, work styles, and logical and data-oriented, organized and detail-oriented, supportive and emotional-oriented, strategic and idea-oriented. Roles and responsibilities of the norms include, may be known or may not be needed or negotiated. Technical norms may be less defined. So we'll have meeting, communication, accountability, decision-making, conflict resolution, consent. That's how we fix it. So what you can see as output is that we will have a balanced participation with team members contributing when appropriate subject matter expertise is employed, members' opinion are valued and sought, tasks and activities are completed on time, step up to provide leadership role as needed, then step back and down. So, where the communication is going to be open and honest with no hidden agendas, depersonalized discussions, emphasize collaboration, seeking consensus, developing team, internal and communication plan. On the basis of trust, fostering trusting and cooperating relationship, delegate responsibility to the lower level possible. Members should be personally known to each other, no clinics, no blaming, no commitments. And whereby decision-making of the team depends on the effective decision-making process. Multiple processes exist. Pick one that matches the nature of work. You can either recognize the problem, define the problem, gather information, develop alternative solutions, select best alternative, and implement the best alternative and evaluate the outcome. So your conflict resolution is that teams use a functional conflict resolution process. That is, agree that there is a problem, Define and agree to the description. Define must-haves for each party or each group. Define constants for each group or each party. Generate possible solutions. Evaluate possible solutions. Refine the acceptable solutions. Agree on mutually acceptable solutions. So you will have a proper the right strategy to work together on a shared leadership with decentralized interaction, greater task completion, reciprocal support, mutual accountability, and ownership. That's how high-performing teams work, where the characteristics of the members will be an involved participant. They listen actively, communicate, share the best thoughts, share the best knowledges, share best practices, share information, share their experience, should be reliable, and be flexible, work as a problem solver, resolve conflict using team norms, treat others with respect, build relationship, trust, and be trusted with the team because they share thoughts and ideas, contribute to decision making, help implementing solutions, assist in conflict resolution, meet deadlines for your assignment, pay attention, show that you are listening, provide feedback, defer judgment, respond appropriately, watch for non-verbal clues. With the base of reliability, keep commitments down, overcome it, manage expectations, be honest, pull down your own weight, be punctual, be consistent, whatever you do it, and we do it very well. And deal with changing conditions, consider different points of view, collaborate, compromise when needed, help identify and define the problem, actively participate in problem-solving strategies. If you identify a problem, bring a potential solution to assist in implementation of the solution, provide feedback and implementation. Many norms will be as defined by SOPs in a very structural form of working. Participation in development of the additional team norms, live norms, the norms on a daily basis, and they think about personality types, cultural differences, and generational differences, etc. No gossip, lies, or bullying, or respecting others and building on the base of trust. Build a positive relationship with teamwork, with your teammates. Participate in open communication, active listening, be accountable, recognize accomplishments, show some of the real you, develop and use your own emotional intelligence. Let's have about leading different performing teams, how they work forward. This is a performer. He knows where to go and what to do. He takes full responsibility of a job, thereby helping the organization. This is a highly effective doer. He has immense willingness to work, learn, and much more. With correct guidance and training, he will be a future performer. Kudos to him. He, here we see, is a less effective doer. He is somewhat willing to help. However, his contribution will not make much difference to the overall result. So the person is a potential trouble source, and he goes up and down and alternates. He simply make the work harder and less profitable. And this is a suppressive person, or otherwise SP. He is actively trying to destroy the operation. And especially if undirected, is a dangerous for any organization. So, learn how to precisely differentiate between your employees, and it helps us see to get into a newspaper and profitable environment. So that's how leading different performance might work. So a team leadership, high-performing teams need a leader who is both a facilitator and enabler. A leader needs to recognize and react to regression in the team and develop a structure, clearly communicate, lead by example, encourage trust, provide motivation, and be reliable. As a facilitator and enabler, set clear directions, get out of the way, eliminate distractions, guesswork and politics and needless tasks, remove roadblocks, keep everyone on the same page, pointed at the same direction. Being a team leader, you are only as good as the team. High-performing team start with the good leadership. That's the right person in the right place, the right strategy in the right direction. So develop a structure with project management plan, work breakdown structure, organizational breakdown structure, responsibility assignment, baseline schedule, baseline budget, project-specific procedures. Clearly communicate communication plans as a part of PMP, frequent, recurring, be clear and consistent, in common information repository, SharePoint, FTP site, etc., and be a good listener. Always lead by example. Roll up your sleeves, take responsibility, be truthful, acknowledge failures, create solution, delegate, listen, watch whatever you say. Encourage trust. Be yourself, be honest, share some of your personal life, celebrate successes, even the small ones, be direct and be diplomatic, listen more, talk less, remember what team members others tell you. And provide motivation, set clear goals, communicate with the vision, empower people, provide support wherever needed, show appreciation, have fun, and don't forget to say thank you always. Be very reliable, keep your promises, be consistent, be punctual, treat the team member equally, and provide assistance whenever required. Regression, watch your team performance may go backwards when there is a change in the membership, when there is a change in the leadership, the change in the goals or direction. May need to step in more, changing the coaching style, goal clarification and role clarification with the conflict management. All teams need some coaching, and you are as good as your team. High-performing teams start with the good leadership. Coaching is an indispensable leadership skill. And who needs to be coached? Assess the situation or the problems with the work product, or the problems with the dependability, or the problems with the cooperation, or the problems with adaptability, or the communication, or the decision making, or the problem solving, or the plan. So we need to have a very clear idea of exactly what is it. In that case, there are three different leadership styles which influence the process. One is the authoritarian. Second is the laissez-faire. Third is the democratic. When you are in authoritative leadership, you will give a clear instructions about what, when, how it should be done. And you make independent decisions without team input. Decision making is less creative because it's just one mind thought. Suitable in emergency situation or when the leader is more knowledgeable. Laissez-faire leadership is that provides no guidance to the team members. Decision-making power lies with the team. Well works with the team members are highly qualified and performing. And the team members may be confused about their roles. And the team is highly motivated for this to work with. Democratic leadership, considered to be the most effective. Guides team and team members, take inputs from the team, encourage the team members to participate and be accountable. Team members are more motivated. Solutions are often more creative. So, in comparison with authoritarian, where the coaches they make their own decisions, less where the limited input is from the coach, where the democratic is that it's a shared decision making lies with the coach. So which one sits better is that brings the mind shift for the organization transformation from profit to purpose, from hierarchies to network, from controlling to empowering the team, from planning to experimentation, from privacy to transparency. So the skills that we develop is that building rapport, active listening, questioning, providing feedback, be tactful and diplomatic, and see different perspectives, hold them accountable. And with a natural defense against conflict, creating an alliance, build trust, use effective listening skills, build on other ideas. And if you disagree, give the reason first and then say you disagree with non-verbal signs like smile, make eye contact, attentive posture, mirroring, and no distraction. With the verbal signs like remembering, questioning, reflection, clarification, and summarization. While questioning plays an important role in it, to obtain information, to clarify a point, to test the knowledge, to determine difficulties, to encourage further thought, and ask and don't tell. Providing feedback, be as specific as possible, make it timely, describe the impact of the issue, add behavior, not personality, view feedback as a gift. So leaders win when the team wins. When people get elevated, when the knowledge increases, when the goal becomes reality, there is no magic or the rocket science behind the good leadership. It's all about helping people grow while getting to the destination. The level is about improving, not impressing. To build a strong team, you must see someone's strength as a complement to your weakness, not as a threat to your position or your authority. So understand what a team is and what not a team, or what is not. Understand why team dynamics are important. Understand the characteristics of high-performing teams and the team members and the team leaders as well. Understand the purpose and the values and the nature of coaching which is required in a team situation. So the difference lies in your focus or the specificity, with the words and the tone of your delivery, with the intended outcome and with the subsequent actions. To sum up, every leader need to know how to give feedback to avoid criticism. Be specific, focus on action, not people. Use your words wisely, be firm, not rash. Be solution-oriented and strategic and punitive. Seek to understand and provide understanding. Provide support and coaching and opportunity. Well, there is a very fine line between the feedback and the criticism. It is safe to say that most leaders' ultimate goal is to support and develop their people through means of effective feedback. But the four agreements is that be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using your word to speak against yourself or gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality and their own dream. When you are immune to others and the action of others, you won't be the victim of the needless suffering. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communication with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Always do your best. When your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different from when you are healthy as you're supposed to be sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Be tactful and diplomatic. Listen first, speak second. Show empathy, establish rapport, be polite and respectful, be assertive. But see different perspectives with knowledge, experience, and the background. Drive people's perspective. Recognize the truth and the value of another's point. Don't be contrary or judgmental. Be rational, focus on moving forward positively. Hold them accountable, and it's simple. S for set expectations, I for inviting commitments, M for measuring progress, P for providing feedback, L for linking to consequences, E for evaluating effectiveness. So the key points of that: team progress through various stages before highly performing. High performing teams must have several key characteristics. Team members need to act or participate to improve the team performance. Teams need internal and external leadership to achieve their goals. Internal and external coaching can improve individual member and collective team performance. So, process: creating your LDP, and the leadership concept and components with natural leadership talents with path of 4 by 6. Leadership LQ 360 results, best practices, and 3 key developmental terms. That forms the leadership legacy, the right pathing to right leadership. So leadership is not about domination, but the art of persuading people to work towards a common goal. So what the hierarchy, top-down hierarchical, was changed to agile team-based organization. That is, your decision, policies, budget, power, deadlines need to know the basis with reports, data, clear path of accounting and standardization. And for us to be successful, we need to be able to make smarter decisions and be in control. Then, with the influence of agile team-based organization, from the teams to succeed, they need to provide clear guidance and support. So with a vision, priorities, information and context, empowerment and trust, giving right feedback and guidance, resolving impediments, supporting and help in establishing doing things, we will be able to achieve our goals much better. As we can see, people working in a desired way will be able to work as teams. So nobody tells this to the young leaders. I wish someone told me this. As all of us who lead, who get into but you are stuck. But your own instinct says that the thing is got to be the game, is still the killer, and your vision is why you work with, you're not reaching anywhere. But a lot of leaders never get past with this phase. They give up. Most people I know who do leadership have gone through this through the years, and we know that work doesn't match this vision we are moving towards. We are all going through this, but doesn't matter. If you're just starting out or you're still in this phase, you got to know that it's normal, and it's important that what is very most important is that you can do that. You can do a lot of work. You can learn and change yourself and grow yourself. It is only by challenging what you know, and you will be able to close the gap. And your work will be as good as your vision. It's going to take a while, but it's normal to take a while. You have to just got to fight the way through. So a leader and a teamwork success. That, as we see here, we create our own way. We explore possibilities. We explore opportunities. We just practice. And we don't leave it there. We give a hand for each and every one, follow suit, and to achieve success. That's how the tradition of a leader is. And that's the quality of a great leader. So great leaders don't set out to be a leader just, they set out as they make a difference. It's never about the role, it's always about the goal, not the role. So when you're holding a cup of coffee, when someone comes along and bumps into you and shakes your hand and makes you spill your coffee everywhere, why did you spill the coffee? Because someone bumped into me. That's what we normally say. But that's the wrong answer. You spill coffee because the cup had a coffee in it. The coffee was there in your cup. Had it had been tea in your cup, you would have spilled the tea. Am I right? Yes. Whatever inside the cup is what it will come out. It will spill out. So therefore, when life comes along and shakes with you, what happens? Whatever inside you will come out. And it is easy to fake it until you get rattled. But we have to ask ourselves, what is in my cup? When life gets tough, what spills over? Joy, gratefulness, peace, or humility, or anger, bitterness, harsh words and reactions, criticism, antagonizing people, being very pessimistic. So the life provides the cup that you have. You have chosen to fill your cup. So today let's work towards filling our cup with gratitude, forgiveness, joy, words of affirmation, kindness, gentleness, and love for others, so that we spell this harmony everywhere. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. And it's never about the role, it's always about the goal. So life is a series of smaller destinations. The goal is not to acquire things or certain people to complete you. Such goals are bound to cause suffering as they vanish from your life. Easy come, easy go. When your focus is on the goal or is on the goal alone, you forfeit the lessons and a wonderful experience that lie in between. Appreciate and be grateful for the journey. Be trusting of what you have with the goal to accomplish any task you set your mind upon once your life and your intention is firmly grounded. This journey is the essence of life where it exists in all our growing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Vijay Kumar Salviaji and the R&D University for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts upon goal setting. So, going for your goals is nothing but right people in the right place, moving in the right direction, and setting up standards for yourself, moving in the right direction with right strategy. Thank you. Have a good day.